that makes so much sense. Why didn't they do it earlier?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it's part of this long-term initiative from the company to make their iOS devices, iPhones and iPads, more like Macs, and vice versa, Macs more like iPhones and iPads. Why haven't they done it? Well, there's a lot of resources involved in being able to make such a big shift. The way this was explained to us is that this is one of the biggest changes to happen to the Mac operating system, the Mac software, since it was converted to the iPhone operating system about a decade ago.
Mark, explain what this will mean for users. Does it mean the apps will look exactly the same on any platform? Does it mean any app that was on one will automatically be on the other? How will we notice this?
It means a lot for the end user as much as it means for the developer and Apple itself. Now you'll be able to run your iPhone applications, your iPad applications on your Mac, and they will be optimized to the sort of keyboard, trackpad, mouse interface versus the touch interface on an iPhone. So basically there's going to be one type of app between iPhones and Macs versus there being separate types of apps right now. Whatever app you have, you'll be able to run on any device at the time that you have in front of you.
Mark, could we ever get to a day where iPhones and iPads and Macs run on the same operating system?
I think so. I think that's the long-term game. Apple denies it, that they're merging the Macs, that they want to merge iOS and macOS. They say that they want two separate devices for it. It's very possible, but this is yet another strong indicator that that's something they're looking towards. On top of that, they're looking to expand the iPhone chipsets to more of their Mac computers. They're coming out with the new iMac Pro this month that has a chip that's very similar to the one in the iPhone, in addition to the main Intel CPU.
This announcement seems to have more implications for Mac users than iPhone or iPad users. And that's interesting because I get the sense that Mac users feel like they haven't been catered to for a while here. Does this suggest that Apple is going to be focusing more on the Mac and making sure that the software and the technology and the innovation and the resources will go towards the Mac rather than kind of taking it for granted?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So Apple has neglected the Mac in recent years. We had a great story about a year ago talking about that. And since that story, Apple has reshifted some of its priorities to build more professional Macs. What they're doing here is they're giving the Mac some love again, but they're giving it an iOS bend, an iPhone bend. So it's not really giving a lot of attention to pro Mac apps. It's just expanding iOS, iPhone, iPad apps to the Mac, which is going to make the ecosystem of applications on the Mac far stronger for customers.
Mark, was this something that app developers had asked for?
For years. If you go online, you can look on wish lists every year. The top developers in the Apple developer community give a list of 10 to 20 things they hope to see Apple announce that year. This has been on many wish lists for many years from multiple developers we've spoken to. So this has been a long time coming for some of Apple's most loyal app developers.